Guys, today's topic is something I know this was already very popular a couple months ago to like a year ago, but I wasn't uploading a couple months ago to a year ago, so I wasn't in the whole loop of that. But I did find the whole situation, the whole topic interesting. What we're going to be talking about today is family channels. So basically just certain controversies from different families and different things that I think are just really distasteful when it comes to your regular, average, toxic family channel. So let's get right into it. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go. Also, I'll be reading from, obviously, my script. However, what is a family channel? So basically, short and sweet answer, family channel is when usually a couple who has multiple children, more than likely they have more than one child, at least two, but usually 2 to 4 children is the average for a family channel. Or they'll start off with one, and then they'll probably have more children as the channel goes on. And basically, they document every waking moment of their lives, from every moment, every experience, every situation, whether it be embarrassing or not. And they just document their whole lives as a family. And we watch them evolve over several months or even years, however long the channel lasts. And we watch the family evolve. So you may be asking me and Shrek, what exactly is the issue here? I'm going to tell you exactly what the issue is. Now for this, I will be reading off of this because I want to be exactly like clear and concise and be accurate with what I'm trying to tell you about these different incidences that happen with these family channels. But basically, the issue with these family channels is the fact that usually the ones that are caught and are very toxic are using their children for clicks and views, and they use different experiences or traumas for clickbait and for titles and for content that will reel in viewers and continue to keep their subscriber count going up. And as you can tell, that's very problematic. Basically, I already talked about him in the Skibidi Toilets video, but Charlie from Penguin Zero, he also talked about family channels, and I really liked his take on this whole thing. But he talked about a specific family, a mother and her family channel, and basically the whole situation was their puppy hadn't gotten home yet because it had a bad health issue, which obviously made the children very worried, and the parents probably very worried as well. But in this video, it doesn't say that the mom was worried at all, but basically, the kids were extremely worried because their dog could possibly die, right? Who wouldn't be upset or nervous or sad that you're about to get this puppy, you're so excited, and then the person who's trying to give it to you tells you, hey, this puppy has run into some health issues, and we don't know if it will survive or how this disease or sickness will progress. Obviously, anyone would be upset or nervous or sad about that. Basically what had happened, the mother accidentally posted an unedited version of the video which the topic talks about in the video, and she's in the car with her son. I don't know if it's her oldest son, but she's with one of her sons, and she puts her hand over the camera like that, like when I do it at the end of my videos. She put the camera over there, but obviously, as I said, this was the unedited version, so she did this, went back like that, and started conversing with her son, right? No issue conversing with her son, but here's the issue. She takes her hand off the camera, and then she starts to guide and manipulate her son, who is already bawling and crying his eyes out, to pose for the thumbnail and get in the frame, hug me and act like you're sad, lay your head on my shoulder, act like you're sad and stuff. What is that? What? lay your head, and she was also telling him, oh, come on, start to cry so that we can have some content for the thumbnail. And the son is already bawling and crying his eyes out, and he's like, Mom, I'm already crying. And she's like, okay, well, cry some more. And I'm like, what? They're just trying to get a couple clams and coins from their YouTube ad revenue because they think that she thinks that her son crying in the thumbnail is going to get them a whole bunch of millions and thousands and quadrillions of clicks.
To bring her home and be part of our family. Put your head right here. Almost pray for us. We appreciate it. I love you guys. Come here. Come closer for the video. Come closer. Come closer. Come closer. Put your head right here. Come closer. Closer down. Put your head down here. Act like you're crying. Really quick. I am crying. Go like this. No, Mom, I'm actually seriously crying. No, I know, but go like this for the video.
It's not good. It's not okay. And obviously she got slammed in her comment section because of this. And she made an apology video later on saying, oh, this was so disgusting of me, I don't know what I was thinking. Obviously, when you get caught, you're gonna do an apology video and you're gonna redact everything that you just did. Obviously, because the public knows that you did something bad.
We're very upset. We've been crying all day. It has been extremely scary. They don't know if she's gonna make it. Honestly, completely worn out, emotional, crying the whole day. I had Christian on my shoulder and I was like, here, come pose for the thumbnail with me after the video was done. And that was so disgusting of me. I should not have done that at all. We were both already so sad and upset and in such a vulnerable state.
But in that moment, you didn't think you were doing anything wrong. But she made an apology video and redacted everything that she did and was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't know. Well, she was just like, it's very disgusting of me that I used my son and his feelings and our situation for clicks, basically. Now, what I think is the big issue about family channels, especially the really toxic ones, is that I feel like with family channels, there's always something like really sinister underneath the surface when it comes to family channels. I don't, like, obviously, all family channels are not bad. I'm not going to curse all family channels because they're demonized. They're not good. And basically, I just think that there's something sinister under the surface with these different kinds of family channels and how they use their children, they use different journeys and experiences and traumas that they go through as a family or that an individual within the family is going through for clicks and likes and comments and recognition and empathy and sympathy from people who watch their videos. And I think it's disgusting because some of these things that people be talking about in their family channels, I think should be kept in the privacy of your family, in the privacy of your home. I don't think that a lot of the things that these families videotape should be out to the public. Like, I get a family channel is to document your life and document what happens in your life, and that's okay. You can document things like pregnancy journeys, or if you're going on a trip, you can videotape that. If your child's having their first day of whatever grade, you can videotape that because it's happy memories, they're good memories, and it's stuff that isn't so private that you can share with the whole world. Maybe you and your partner starting the family channel aren't yet married, but you guys may be engaged. Or you guys are just together, boyfriend and girlfriend, and then maybe you videotape the engagement and you videotape the marriage when that happens, maybe a couple months or a year or two later. Like, that's okay. Those are obviously things that people want to document and let other people see. That's why we see it so much online when people do proposal videos or soldiers coming home videos or marriage videos, at like seeing the couples react to each other at the wedding. Those are obvious things. People always post each other and post their adventures and their journeys and their things abroad and their vacations. That's a normal thing. But it's like, even if it was like the situation with the dog, I don't think that that's so private that they shouldn't have videotaped that. Obviously, a dog isn't a private issue. Like, everyone has a dog. Literally everyone has some sort of pet. Almost everyone. And that could have been a very just general thing that they could have talked about within their video, but she used it and manipulated her son into moving in for the thumbnail and using that topic and using his face and using the situation and his vulnerability and his sadness and misery and about the situation for her own benefit and the channel's benefit. And it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Now, I will say this about the sinister comment that I made. For an example, I put Nikki and Dan Filippi, like Philip, but Filippi. I think that's how you say their last name. But basically, they were in hot water a couple years ago, back in I think 2018 or something around that year. And they were talking about, they had made videos prior to this about an adoption process that they were going through. Not too private, as long as you're not saying all your private information about the thing, but people can make videos about their adoption process. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But the first thing that tipped people off, this was kind of weird, was that they were, now there's nothing wrong with this for a wholesome reason, but their reason was not okay. Basically, they had wanted to adopt a child specifically from Thailand, and without shame, explained to the camera on this recent video that put them in hot water with everybody and had them basically canceled, was that they, quote-unquote, sadly, could not continue their adoption process because the Taiwanese adoption agency that their child was coming from would not allow them to videotape or photo the child for, I believe they said, a couple of days or a couple of weeks after getting the child because of some legal documents or some legal issues that were going on with the transportation of the child from Thailand to the United States.
This is all really exciting. I tend to be like a big dreamer anyways, and it's like I have this dream for like adoption advocacy, and I'm like, we're hooking up with our agency, like it's so exciting. Well, then the next day I get an email from someone else within Whole, and they're like, hey Nikki, we saw that you connected with the social media team, which is great, that's amazing. We just wanted to make sure you're aware of our social media policy. And I'm like, what social media policy? And I had no idea. I mean, to be honest, the way that I was going into this thing was kind of like my own version of common sense, which I say my own version because I know some people have expressed in the comments like, are you nervous that all of this sharing is going to mess with your adoption? So I have a different filter of like common sense, but
all of the sharing has the change that we're making now, we would have had to make this change much later in the process if they hadn't started following us from us sharing.
Oh
this.
yeah, it's like this is a good thing what we're telling you ultimately.
So we would have been in a lot deeper than
this change, yeah, the country change. So okay, so they say she sends me over a sheet, right? And I open up this sheet of all the policies and I'm reading it and I was like kind of confused. And so I sent her back an email. I'm like, is this basically just saying like not to share any information about our future child until they're officially ours? Because I didn't say this, but I'm like, that's what I deemed like common sense. Like when we get matched with a kid and we have the picture and the information, I wasn't planning on sharing that just because who knows, that kid may end up not being our kid and then they could be with someone else and we didn't want to like violate someone's privacy that isn't like our kid. That sounds weird, but you know what I'm saying. So I asked her that and she was like, well, yes, but also Thailand has its own law that's unique to it that after you pick up your child and they're your child, you are not allowed to talk about them or share any images, photos, videos, anything about them online for a year.
Yeah, and that,
so
I mean, Nikki's got a YouTube channel. We share a whole lot.
Wait, hold on. When that hit, we literally were like,
yeah,
what? Like we literally were like, wait, what? So we're like going around the house. We're like trying to figure out how this could work.
Which, okay, that's fine. People will just have to find out about the child later, right? But no, they said that they had to stop the entire process and not adopt this child anymore after they had made several videos beforehand so excited about this situation simply because they could not put a camera in front of their child's face the very first day they get there. Y'all, what is going on? What was the reason? I don't... They were upset that they couldn't videotape their child for 1 second. Are you kidding? It's never that serious for content. It is never that serious to get some content. Especially if they said after a couple days to a couple of weeks, you can videotape the child. We never said you can't videotape them ever. They said that you can videotape them a couple days to a couple weeks after this whole process has gone through and the thing that's happening with the communication between the two countries is done. But they couldn't handle it. They were like, we need to have this camera in their face right now. We need to do this right now. We need to put this camera. We need to take pictures. We need to videotape them immediately, right as they're getting out the airport terminal. We need to put this camera in their face. Like, no, you don't. Anyways, from that whole train wreck that I went on a rant about, another family that probably is very well known, and you guys probably already know by now, for their very horrible incident was Daddy05. You guys probably know the Daddy05 channel from when they got arrested and convicted of basically verbal, physical, and emotional child abuse. And I can even show you clips. I believe I do have some clips and screenshots from different videos.
The story of a family who may have taken their pursuit of social media fame and fortune too far. The parents behind the popular YouTube channel Daddy05 say they thought they were playing innocent pranks on their children, but instead they're sparking outrage and accusations of abuse. Now they are telling their side of the story to ABC's TJ Holmes.
What the hell is that?
What is this?
Cody!
Tell me! I didn't do that! Tell me what you did! I swear to God, I didn't do that!
The video is shocking.
I didn't do that! I don't have anything to color with it!
Why did you do that? 9-year-old Cody Martin berated with profanities by his father and stepmother Mike and Heather Martin.
I didn't do that!
He cries hysterically while the screaming continues for more than 3 minutes. You did it too! You both did it! You both What it seems Cody doesn't know, it's a so-called prank.
I got a prank for Cody. I bought this here, invisible ink.
Basically, they had this whole situation where they were almost a prank family channel, and they would quote unquote prank each other. Now, the parents would prank their children, but in a way that made their kids extremely scared and would make them think and gaslight them into thinking that they actually did something. I think I will show this clip. I hope I have it. But basically, the mother or the dad had some invisible ink and put it all over the carpet in one of the boys' rooms, and had the children come in and got on one of the children really bad, yelling at him like, "Why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? You put this on the thing. Why would you do that? And then they try to put another one of the children in it, being like, "You did this too." And the one boy who's getting gaslit into thinking that he put this ink on the floor is crying and sobbing and shaking against the wall, being like, "I didn't do this. I swear to God, I didn't do this." And the parents are like, "You did this. You did this. Now you're gonna be like." And it's a really hard watch. Like, not even in the meme version of hard watch. No, this was a genuine hard watch. Obviously knowing this is a quote-unquote prank, and the kid didn't do this. And he's extremely, like, nervous and scared and, like, shaking in the moment. Because he's like, "Oh my God, I really didn't do this." And both his parents are ganging up on him back and forth, saying that he did something that he knows he didn't do. But now his parents are gaslighting him into thinking, "You did this." And it's ridiculous. And honestly, the way that the parents prank their children is disrespectful, disheartening, and inappropriate. And the parents got arrested and convicted, and it was the whole thing, and even more things about child abuse and stuff like that got dug up once they got exposed for this. And people were already being like, whoa, this is like some crazy intense stuff that you're doing to your kids when they would post these videos. But obviously no one listened. They didn't listen, and until they got arrested. So yeah, now from that, I think it's just really disheartening that about them basically mentally torturing their children about these different things and just being on the fence, and when they got convicted and told like, hey, you are abusing your children, they would be like, oh, we thought we were just harmlessly pranking them. If you go back to any of the Daddy-O-5 videos where they are literally yelling and screaming in their child's face, that's not pranking anyone. Why would you prank someone like that? No one does a prank like that. Absolutely no one does a prank like that, especially on their children. No. Now, I'm going to highlight, I know I have the clip for this one, and I'm going to highlight another family called the LeBrant family. You guys probably heard about their controversy. They made a documentary about abortion, and basically the whole thing was about why abortion is a bad thing and stuff like that, and saying you should be pro-love and we shouldn't be on two sides of the fence, being pro-life, pro-choice, you should be pro-love and stuff like that. Basically, what really put them in some hot water, aside from the documentary itself, was for a specific clip in the introduction of their documentary where no one verbally says this, but it's the statistics that they put up on the screen.
Instead of pro-life or pro-choice, is it possible for us to be pro-love? Is it possible for us to love both the mother and the baby? Maybe the answer isn't either or, but rather both. I have my personal convictions. You have yours. We're all so different, and that's okay. But where
basically comparing the number of abortions being done in the United States to different literal genocides, like the Rwandan genocide and the literal Holocaust, saying that there are more abortions being done than the Rwandan genocide and the Holocaust. What in God's great name made them want to say, like, not say, but just put that in their video? It's crazy to me, because, like, why would you put that? And literally, it does not come off the way that they thought it would come off. It comes off as if they think that the Holocaust and the Rwandan genocide is not as important as abortions. It basically pushes them aside, being like, no one cares about that, but this is really important. Like, it's mind-boggling, flabbergasting. It makes my brain smoother every time I think about it. I can't even. It's crazy, because they showed the numbers going up for what the genocide, the Rwandan genocide, I forgot what the other one was, but how many people died in the Rwandan genocide, and how many people died in the Holocaust, and then they had abortions, and then the number just kept skyrocketing, way farther than the Holocaust and Rwandan genocide. And I was like, what? Like, just the way it was displayed and presented was really disgusting, and that's the reason why they got in such hot water, because just the way they presented that information was extremely disheartening and really disgusting, the way that they try to do that. Now, as some final thoughts, because I've been ranting for almost 20 minutes now, but this was just a little video of me talking about just the horrors that can happen within a family channel, and just the reason why just you shouldn't videotape everything. Don't videotape everything. Some things are okay. Some situations in different contexts can be okay. Just like the dog and the mother and son. That would be okay if she hadn't done that. That would have been perfectly fine if she just had not done that. And, like, even the people like the 𝐴CE family, they've come under fire for different things, like the husband cheating on the wife, or abuse allegations within the family, and all that different kinds of stuff, and exploitation of the children. And even with other family channels, you can see that sometimes people just really have family channels just for the exploitation portion of it, just so they can have more children, and so they can use those children as clickbait and clicks and likes, and use them for entertainment and content, and use their family issues, traumas, situations, and different moments that probably shouldn't be recorded for entertainment purposes for whatever audience that they have. And it's not okay. It's not okay to abuse your children on camera for pranks or use different I don't even know. Like, it's just bad. That's all I gotta say. There are just certain channels that are just not good, not okay. And the things that they do to their children and the family and stuff like that just is not right. But I will say that there are a whole bunch of family channels, couple channels, all the different kinds of stuff. And I will not say that all family channels are bad. And I'm not gonna say, oh, we need to burn all these channels. We need to burn every single channel that has a family or a child in it. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. Because there are some good-hearted, wholesome family channels that genuinely just post about different parts of their life, and it's perfectly okay. But these are the kinds of instances where we have to sit back and go, what is going on? Do we really need clicks that badly? I don't think so, but yeah, me and Shrek are just trying to digest this. I still am, even after making this script. However, the end message of this is that not all family channels are bad. However, you should never exploit anybody or anything for just clicks and clickbait and thumbnails just for your own benefit. And not everything should be recorded within your life, because some things are just way too personal or just not something that everyone will be on board with, and just not everything should be shown to the public. Not saying that different stuff should be hidden. Not saying that at all. But just don't, if it seems like this should be in the privacy of your own home, this should be a private issue, don't record it. That's basically what I'm saying. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Me and Shrek are so happy that you watched. And we hope that you come back for our next video. I do not even know what I'm going to be talking about, actually. Wait. Actually, I might know what I'm going to be talking about. Let me figure this out. I do have 2 videos, ideas. The titles are pretty captivating. The first one is Influencers Are Better Than You. That's a topic. And everyone is going viral, basically talking about how everyone is viral, and going viral isn't a rare thing like you used to see, like back in the 2010s and stuff like that. But, yeah, I might elaborate on those topics, but if I don't think that they are really video worthy, I'm probably not going to make it. I'm going to just do something entirely different. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Share this with your dog, cat, gerbil, your fish, your lamp, your mom, your dad, your grandma, your ancestors, and everyone on your Twitter feed. So, yeah. Once again, thank you guys for watching, and please have a great day. Mwah. Bye-bye.